Hey YouTube, this is GunDude73, bringing you another video today. And today we'll be looking at the Hinderer Knives Extreme Duty Modular Pen. It's a fairly popular pen within the knife and EDC community. And here it is. This particular variant is the PVD Flat Dark Earth Coated Stainless Steel version. It's relatively new. It came out late last year, about a month before Christmas. This pen is extremely solid. You know, the name Extreme Duty is very appropriate for it. I mean, in terms of weight, this thing weighs 3.6 ounces. In the closed position, or, you know, not opened up, right now it's 5.5 inches long. And with the cap on the back, it's 6.5 inches long. So I mean, that's pretty big for a pen. But I mean, this thing is solid though. I mean, of the tactical pens that I own, I'd have to say that this one feels the most heavy duty, hardcore, you know, beast of a pen. And the origins for the Extreme Duty, as far as I can tell, are, you know, Rick Hinderer had a Kubotan design before this, and there was a pen attachment for it that cost a lot of money. And I think what he did was he just took the basic design of that Kubotan and turned it into a dedicated pen, which is what we have here. So I mean, this pen was the first one that they, you know, brought into production, and in my opinion, it's a Kubotan first and a pen second. I mean, it'll writes great, but I mean, when it's in your hand, I mean, there's a good 1.5 inches of, you know, steel poking out there to hit someone with. And this has a nice, you know, comes to a blunt tip, so I mean, it can really transfer the energy when you hit someone with it. I haven't had to hit anyone with it yet, and I really hope I never have to, but when you carry this around, you know, there's definitely, you feel sort of safer with it, you know, because, if you had to hit someone with it, they'd leave you alone pretty quick. I mean, it's a very nice pen, extremely well made, as you'd expect from Hinderer. There are a couple little quirks with it. First off, if you like pens, one of the great things about these, like some of these nicer pens, is you can swap out the inserts, you know? So it's like you could throw a Schmidt, a Parker, a Fisher, and have these different inks. But with these Hinderer pens, you can only use a Fisher Space Pen insert. They're specifically designed to take only that cartridge. So if you like to swap out cartridges, then this pen would not be good for you. So I think the Fisher one is smaller than like the Parker style inserts. So Parker would not fit in here, you know, or a Schmidt. It's just too big. So there's that. The other thing is that with this clip that's on here, it's very, very sturdy. You know, very tight. But the thing is if you look, like right here, you have these ridges. This kind of tears at your pocket. I mean, I suppose you could like loosen this clip a little bit, but I do kind of like how, you know, secure it is. Because one thing that, you know, a lot of people who are thinking about getting a pen like this, the reasons they don't is because, well, if I lose it, I'm out, you know, I'm out money. It's not like losing a cheap Bic or something. You're losing a Hinderer. So you're not going to lose it, at least in my opinion. I mean, first off, you'd realize that 4 ounces is missing out of your pocket. And, you know, this clip would be hard-pressed to get, you know, snagged on something. One thing also with these is the cap. I think what happened with me, I had this in my pocket for a day. You know, I was carrying it around all day, getting in and out of cars, walking around, you know, all that. And by the time I got home at night, the cap had come off. It had completely unscrewed. The thing is there's only like really 3 turns and it's off. So I mean, thankfully it just fell in my pocket. You know, it was in my pocket, so it just fell off. It was, you know, loose in there. So I didn't lose it, obviously. But if you were to clip it to a pack, you know, like on the outside, like on molly webbing or something. I personally wouldn't do that because, you know, if you lose the cap, you'd probably have to buy another one, and I have no idea what those run. So there's that aspect to the pen. But I mean, overall, it's solid. It's about I think it's exactly half an inch thick. So I mean, when you're holding onto it, you know, there's definitely this, you know, meaty aspect, you know, that, you know, it's not too thin. It's nice and big. And, I mean, you can write with it with the cap off. What I've done is, you know, when I'm in lecture at school, because I'm in college, I took this with me to school the first day, and I traded off classes writing with the cap and without the cap, and either way it's fine. You know, I can write pretty well with it. Can't really write right here, but I mean, it writes just like a Fisher Space pen. You know, it's the exact same cartridge. It ships with a Fisher Space pen bullet, not bullet, with just the bold insert. You know, I could take it out and show you really quick. So the pen breaks down nice and easy. Have that part, and ships with a bold black ink. There's a little spring right there, and like I said, it's purpose fit. So I mean, there's hardly any wiggle when it's in there. You just throw your front end piece thingy on. That's a technical term, by the way. And there you go. Writes just fine like this. A bit heavier with the cap on. A bit more unwieldy, but still writes just fine overall. This pen runs 90 for $90. That's a lot of money for a pen. I've spent more than that though, so on pens. Jeez. So I mean, overall, I think for the money, it's a great pen. If you want lighter than the steel version, check out the aluminum. And if you want to spend more money, check out the titanium. The titanium version is really expensive though. It's $237 at the time of this video. And in my opinion, there are better titanium pens for the money. So, but overall, for the steel version here, it's rock solid. If you're looking for a hardcore extreme pen that won't let you down, I'd say the Extreme Duty would be a good choice if you like your pens big. So let's just get some size comparisons here. We have the Extreme Duty, and also from Hinderer, we have the Investigator. You can see that the Extreme Duty is much larger. You know, as you'd expect, it's the bigger version, bigger pen. So we have that, and then we have the Fisher Bullet in the closed position and in the open position. I still think the Bullet is probably like the most compact, nice pen that you can get. $35 and it's practically weightless. And probably my favorite pen at the moment, the Brian Fellholter Tybolt. You can see that it's about the same length as the Extreme Duty. But because this is like a sort of a clicky pen in a way, you know, it's shorter when you're writing with it because you can put the cap on the back, but there's no cap on this one. And it's funny because I've been carrying this one around for about a month, and then I get this. This weighs about 2 ounces less than the Extreme Duty. This is about 1.5 ounces. So I mean, this thing is a feather by comparison. Video to that, on that to come. And then we have our standard just paper mate, you know, buy in bulk, made in China pen. It'll write, but you know, it is what it is. It gets the job done. So ultimately though, it's a great pen. I bought the FDE version because it matches my XM18. The color on these are both listed as flat dark earth, but as you can see, there is some variance, but they do look nice together. And a bit more on the coating. The coating is zirconium nitride, is what it is. So I mean, you've heard of titanium nitride, and that's sort of a cheaper coating, but this stuff is tough. I mean, it's, you know, been in the same pocket as my keys. I mean, it has gotten some scuffs, but they wipe right off. It's basically like really nice DLC, but instead of diamond-like carbon, it's zirconium nitride. So just a different material, but I mean, zirconium, you know, they make synthetic diamonds out of cubic zirconium. So I mean, I assume it's similar stuff. So it's tough, you know. I mean, this coating is really, really good stuff. So great pen. If you want a bigger pen, this is the way to go. If you want something smaller or along the same design, you know, Investigator would probably be a good choice. If you want something this size, but, you know, lighter, and, you know, maybe the tie bolt would be good for you. So, thanks for watching, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them below, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.